Today we're making a giant pumpkin creature with glow-in-the-dark eyes and long creepy arms. This spooky jack-o'-lantern creature is weatherproof and will look perfect in your Halloween decorations. So join me for this super awesome tutorial. To begin making our pumpkin prop, we need styrofoam blocks. Now these blocks, I always get them for free, and I made a quick tutorial to show y'all where I get them and where you can get them if you live in the United States. Should be a drop-down link right up here on your upper right of the screen. Check it out. Next, we're gonna get 12 of these, and these are gonna be glued together with expanding foam. We're gonna put some expanding foam like this, then we're gonna put another block together, go back and forth to spread it a little, and then allow it to dry. It should be dry in about an hour to 2 hours. Super simple to do. So let's put it together. I wanted to take a moment to share with y'all the newest children's book I've written. It's called Oliver and the Lost Flame, and it's a Halloween story based on a young pumpkin named Oliver and his quest to save his town after their enchanted flame was snuffed out, leaving the town of Pumpkin Patch in disarray and afraid. This book is rated for children 3 to 10 years old, and it's available on Amazon via paperback. The book is also available internationally and has been printed in English, Spanish, and French. So if anyone wants to support me or read it to their kiddos, go check it out. All right, now we have our cube ready, we glued it together, everything's good to go, so let's get to it. I have a back saw, but you could also use a hacksaw, miter saw, reciprocating saw with a long blade, even a hot wire. And here's the issue. When you're using anything like this to cut it, you're gonna make a lot of mess. So try to keep it from going into the yard. Styrofoam isn't great for the environment, so this is gonna be a little bit messy. Using a hot wire cuts things like butter, and it makes very little mess. The issue is the hot wires are expensive, or can be expensive. The one I have cost over $100, but I've used it for the past 5 years and I got my money's worth. So I highly recommend that you get yourself a hot wire bow or hot wire cutting machine so that you can cut through any project with ease. I'm going to be listing the one I used in the description below, just how I list everything else that I use on this channel. So what you want to do is get rid of the edges, okay? This has to be shaped like a pumpkin, so you want to get rid of as much of the square as possible. Start cutting here, start cutting there. Just start cutting away with either your hacksaw, your back saw, or your hot wire. It's going to save you a lot of trouble in the end because we do need to use a sander to smooth everything out, and that sander is going to make a lot of debris. So the more you cut off, the rounder your shape is, the easier it's going to be for us to start smoothing this out. So let's start cutting away and let's get into it. Once we get the shape that we want, the size that we want, and we've sanded everything, now we can start making the ribs of the pumpkin. So I'm going to use a marker, and all we're doing is drawing lines from one end to the other end. Lines, 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 just like regular pumpkin ribs. We want to use the division as a line. So this is going to be one line, but this is not because it's too far off center. See? It needs to come in from the center. Line, 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 line. Once we get those lines done, we're going to get our foam cutting knife and we're going to cut out little valleys along those lines, make them bigger. And once we do that, then we get more sandpaper and start making those valleys smoother. You're gonna see how we're gonna do it. As always, we're using 40 grit sandpaper to smooth it out, and we're going to use 40 grit sandpaper. You can even use 60 grit to do the valleys of the ribs. So let's get to it. All right, we're done with our lines, and now we get our foam cutting knife. And as you can see, we already started making our little valley. And how we're gonna do this is we're not gonna cut directly on the line. We're gonna do about 1 inch to 1.5 inches on either side. You're gonna go deep at an angle. Go deep, about 3 inches deep. And just go like this. And then do it on the opposite side. Go on an angle. And then take it out. So we still need to go deeper, okay? So we're gonna go still in an angle. We're not gonna make it wider necessarily, but we are gonna go deeper. So just like that, we keep cutting it off. Do like this to the other side. And bam, we're gonna keep on doing that all the way down. We're gonna do all the lines. This should take us no more than 15 minutes. Now that we finished creating the ribs, we're going to get some sandpaper. This here is 60 grit sandpaper. We're going to fold it up and we're going to start sanding the inside of this. Now, you want to make sure you do this at an angle, okay? You don't want to go straight up and down just like that. So you want to turn it, let's see if I can show you. You want to turn it like this at an angle. Got it? You want to sand this side and you want to sand this side. So it's nice and smooth. So, just like that. Make sure you're wearing gloves because it can be a little bit abrasive on your skin. And then you're gonna do it till it turns out just how you want it. Then do the opposite side and keep going. Try to focus on making it smoother, not necessarily deeper, but if you do want to go deeper, by all means, go down there. And wear a mask because this is gonna create a lot of dust. To finish our pumpkin, we're gonna need one more piece of styrofoam block, and we're just gonna draw a simple stem. And then we're going to get our hot knife. We're gonna start cutting this out. Now this one should be super simple. This is what we're left with after we've sanded it all with our sander and we've rounded it up nicely. It's super simple to do the stem. So next, you could stop right here actually. Stop right here, use some Loctite expanding foam to glue it together and then press it down so there's no holes or seams, but we're going to be using our marker to draw lines. Lines are going to start up here and they're just going to kind of follow this curvature like that. And these are the ribs you would normally find on a stem. We're going to get our hot knife, which is this one right here, and we're going to do grooves into this about, I would say, 1 inch deep. Then we're going to get our sandpaper, and just like we did the pumpkin, we're going to sandpaper the inside of the ribs to make them smoother. We're not going to go too deep though, and you'll see how nice it's going to turn out. All right, so we got our hot knife, it's hot, and we have our stem, but one quick thing. This one is called a Chicago Electric, and it's sold at Harbor Freights. And all we're doing is going in just like this. And remember, this is creating fumes, so make sure you're in a well-ventilated area or you're wearing a respirator. So with this, we just go like that. Look how easy. We're creating these channels and we're just going to do it to the entire thing. Sorry for those who don't like the sound of styrofoam being sanded. So in order to fill up these cracks that we have here, we're going to be using some Loctite foam, and we're also going to be attaching the stem using Loctite. The method we're going to use is simple. We're going to put the foam inside of these separations and we're going to put foam underneath the stem. Then we're going to pat it down after we've sprayed it with water. Spray it with water, let it rest for about 6 to 8 minutes. Once that time has passed, we're going to pat it down, form it better, and attach it to the stem. So we've put foam all around here. And then we get our spray bottle, and then we spray it really nicely. You want to make sure you get water all over the foam. Then we'll wait 6 to 8 minutes. I like to wait 8 minutes. After those 8 minutes are done, we can actually pat it down, form it better, because we don't want this like that. We just want to fill in the crevices. We're going to pat it down really nicely, shape it a little bit around the stem, and then we'll be done with this. So now that our timer is up, we're going to spray it once more with water, and we're going to moisten our hands, and that's it. We're simply going to push it down. And by pushing it down into the crevice, it's less shaping and cutting that you have to do. We're still going to have to cut some of the excess off, but now we're pushing it down. It's easier. And see, our hands are fine. We don't get any foam on our hands. We're just going to keep on pushing this in and shaping it. Once you cut off any excess expanding foam, draw a face on it with a marker. As you can see, I did several tries and changed it several times, but no matter, we're going to be using our foam cutting knife. We're going to cut this out, so we're only going to go down about 2 to 3 inches. Because it's a solid block of styrofoam, we can't make it hollow on the inside. We could, but that would take just forever. So we're just going to go down about 2 or 3 inches. Super simple. The easiest way to do it is start from the edges. Go down, and then go next to it. And then, bam, start taking it out, just like that. So I think I might keep this to see if it looks good, so we're going to work around it. But if it doesn't look good, no matter, because we can easily take it off. So we're doing the entire thing. To give the eyes a more menacing look, we're using Loctite Foam. And all we're going to do is apply Loctite along the top and side edges, maybe a little bit on the bottom over here. And then immediately after we apply the foam, we're going to spray it with water. After we've sprayed it with water, we're going to let it rest for 8 minutes. Then we're going to mold it a little bit. Let's get our bottle of water. Make sure you get all the sides. And then we'll wait 8 minutes, to which we can actually hand pat it down and form it a little bit to give it a better shape. All right, after your 8 minutes, make sure you wet your hands. And then let's start forming it. Just like this. You want to push it down and then maybe start making some ridges. And look, our hands are clean. Too high up here, we squish it down. And the cool thing about this is that even if you squish it down a lot, it still has to expand some, so it'll still rise up, but we just want to get rid of the initial big lumpiness of it all. And I'll do some ridges like this. Want to get the air out of there. And yeah, we'll play with it for a little bit, and then we'll get the right shape. All right, so this part is totally optional. You could just keep it as a pumpkin or as a jack-o'-lantern, but we're gonna add arms that look like vines, like branches are coming out. So we're using 1-inch diameter PVC. We're gonna need 2 pieces. And what I've done here, as you can see, is use my heat gun to melt certain parts, to bend it, to give it some joints, to give it some character. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach the arms, but I think I'm going to make it in a way that it's removable so that you can remove the arms for easy storage, because we don't want to store something so big. So we're just going to bend them. I think I'm going to twist the other arm a little bit to look like that. But do whatever you want to do. That's the cool part about it. You can switch out how the arms are going to be. You can make them spread out. You can make them all in the front. Just whatever you want to do. Get creative with it. So let's start bending our PVC pipes. So I realized I wasn't filming when I did this part, but it's super simple. We just drilled a few holes into the end of the PVC pipe. Then we got our wire, and then we put it through the holes, just like that. Put it through and then cut it, put it through, and then cut it. You can add as many fingers as you want. You can do 5, you can do more. I'm doing 4. I might do an extra one. And then I'm using just some basic tape over here, some packaging tape. We're wrapping it to hold it. Then we're going to put some tape on top of here like we've done before, and we're going to put our Loctite expanding foam. Now this is optional. I just think it's gonna look really cool, like a hand reaching out. So once we apply the Loctite, remember, we're going to spray the Loctite foam, and we're going to wait between 5 and 8 minutes. Because it's so hot, normally, if it wasn't so hot, I would wait a full 8 minutes, but because of the temperatures, after 5 minutes, it'll be good enough for us to squish it down. All right, it's been 5 minutes. We're going to spray our hands to make them moist and spray it one time like this. And then we're going to start bending this. Now, as we bend this, I need to give you a little tip. If it is under 90 degrees Fahrenheit, under 30 degrees Celsius where you live, this will normally have to wait about 7 to 8 minutes. But because we're experiencing a heat wave and it's currently about 96 degrees, this dries so much faster and we do not have to wait the entire time. So after about 5 minutes, we're perfectly good to go, and then you're gonna start squishing it. And look, there's no residue on our hands. We're just wrapping it around and squishing it down. This is still gonna rise some, and while you're doing that, you can actually position the wire as you see fit because it's not yet dry. To ensure that our jack-o'-lantern is weatherproof, I'm going to do 2 different types of coats. We're going to paint it orange, yes, with regular latex exterior paint, but the first one we're going to do is some joint compound. I'm using about 1/4 of this bucket of joint compound, and then we put about 1/4 gallon of paint. We mix it all together to give us this thick, rich consistency. This will be the first coat we apply. We're going to paint the entire pumpkin with this mixture. After it dries, we're going to just use regular exterior latex paint. That way, this will be weatherproof, and this mixture will actually smooth out any imperfections in the styrofoam. So that's how I weatherproof my props. So look at over here. Right here, we're painting the ribs of the pumpkin to give it that nice look that pumpkins have, that it's darker on the inside. So this is a little bit too dark, but what I'm using is I'm mixing orange and dark green paint. It's a little bit too dark, so I'm gonna lighten it up with some more orange, but you definitely want to make sure that the ribs are darker than the rest of the pumpkin so it can give you that nice look to it. To attach the arms that we're about to coat with expanding foam, we put a smaller PVC pipe into the pumpkin. We used some expanding foam in the hole, and then we pushed it in really hard. We went in about 6 to 8 inches, so it's really nice and snug. Then remember, this PVC pipe is 1 inch, so we're using a 3/4 or a 1/2 inch PVC pipe. What we're gonna do is we're going to put it in just like this. Bam, just like that. But we're gonna allow this foam to dry first for about 30 minutes. And then once it's ready, we're gonna put this inside, and we're gonna use 2 screws to attach this to this, and we're good to go. At the end of the season, you can just remove the screws and remove the arms.